Good morning, everybody, and thanks for stepping by for our session today. My name is Ben Grudda. I'm the Head of SRM Solutions at Samsung SDS, and we are talking about today how our 400 plus customers digitize their design to source process. And you may have wondered, Samsung, I know from my home, the TV screen, my mobile device. What does Samsung SDS provide for supply chain and for procurement, and also this whole design to source and end-to-end solution when it comes down to designing products? So we are more than happy to share with you today our insights. And Samsung SDS is quite a significant business of Samsung, right? So we do $10 billion in revenue. We have 25,000 headcount, and we have offices in 40 countries, right? So quite significant, and also what you will see here on this slide is that we have 14 Gartner Magic Quadrant references. So that demonstrates our, both the power and our desire for innovation we bring to the market. Direct materials, this comes with many challenges. First and foremost, you have to deal with a lot of stakeholders, both internally and externally, right? And often what I learned over the past decades, other departments like R&D, engineering, quality, they might be even afraid a bit to let you into the process, right? Or don't know what you would do with their relationships, how you would come in, would you just focusing on cost, or who's doing what? So everyone wants to protect a little bit their own little kingdom, right? Does this sound familiar? I see some nodding. That's great. So that's basically one of the main drivers here. And then obviously this, what we call spaghetti-like IT landscape, right? I mean, apart from Excel and email, there are a lot of systems, right, which are not consistently used throughout your operation most often, right? So you have hundreds of different systems, and they are not connected. You do not have a real transparency about the whole product life cycle and who is doing what. And then the processes also often disjointed, right? You sit on floor 4 and floor 5 and 3, you may even not know who is working there on what. So there is often a communication breakdown, right? So this is basically where we do help and where our collaborative platform helps you to really work hand in hand with all those colleagues from R&D, quality engineering, from early in the product life cycle. Because you guys can be very, very bold. You have a direct impact on the revenue, on the margin, on customer satisfaction. And procurement has the best possible lens on the market, right? You know the suppliers, you have contacts R&D might not know about, and you can bring value to the table. You just need to make the first step and collaborate. And the nice thing, and everyone is familiar with it, but 80% of cost constraints, ESG, carbon gas emissions, right, are locked in early in the design phase. We've listened to a lot of speeches here. Yesterday, the CPO of Nestle was here on stage talking about their journey to carbon net zero. This is the area where you can have the most impact. Once the final bomb is signed off, you can do little or the remaining 20% you can tackle. But 80% of all those kind of things are locked into the design phase. And the benefits are clear, right? So you achieve the best possible cost with all non-price criteria factored in, right? Obviously, it's not cost. Cost is one main part, and your profit margins are under fire, so to say. But there is, you want to have the best possible product on the shelf. You want the best possible product out in the market to make sure your revenues are going up and the customer satisfaction. And you need to tie in basically the supplier-led innovation, which often comes from suppliers. However, without procurement on the table, the ones who are writing the check, who are signing off the contract, the cost element is often considered not to the best interest of your company, right? Because suppliers obviously bring in innovation, however they try to do then the potential cost savings, the fair share, might not be the one you can achieve by knowing exactly and using our tool with a lot of features we will talk about in a second, how to do it. So, and then time to decision, speed to decision, speed to market. The cycle time to get the product out is crucial. You want to be the first out in the market with the product, to have to be the leader, not the follower when it comes down to product innovation. So, Samsung SDS Caidentia, Cadence AI, is not a new product. And you might be very curious, why haven't I heard about it? And the reason is the Koreans hid this a bit as a competitive advantage. And we do have 400 customers in Asia doing the entire design to source to pay process with us. So obviously Samsung is one of them. You might not be surprised. But LG, Hyundai, Kia, Korean Airlines, so all the large manufacturers who really the last 10, 20 years became the market leader in their industry are trusting us. So the solution has been developed over the last 20 plus years and has been innovated over the last 20 years from year to year. And we would like to touch upon today, as the title already told you, about the design to source process. We truly believe there you can move the needle and there you can have the most impact and get your name circled in and earn this long desired seat at the executive table. The supplier management capability you may want to use, you may have already something, but obviously performance of a supplier, the risk of the supplier, and all those kind of things you would like to tie in, and you are free to use whatever system you have in place or to use the Samsung stuff. And then all the other components we do have as well, but are not a part of our conversation today. Just a second. We do have prepared a 2-minute video we would like to show you right now, so that you get a bit of a glimpse of what we are doing before we dig a little bit deeper in. So here we go.
Navigating the complexities of cost reduction is a universal challenge for businesses across industries. Introducing the future of cost optimization, Samsung SDS Caidentia. This innovative solution offers transformative opportunities. Samsung SDS Caidentia offers an intuitive single pane of glass for cost management. This powerful tool empowers you to monitor and adjust costs at every stage of product development, ensuring that you meet or stay within your target costs. From the initial design and development stage, all relevant teams across the value chain are engaged, in cost reduction activities to share information and unlock potential opportunities for cost savings. Plus, the power of AI allows for fast, accurate cost estimations. First, Caidentia recommends the optimal cost estimation method tailored to unique characteristics of your item. Then, based on the recommendation, AI analyzes historical cost data and current market prices, enabling quick cost estimations. Even for newly designed items without historical references, it can derive cost estimates with remarkable precision from various manufacturing methods and raw materials information. This significantly reduces development lead times, enabling you to seize market opportunities at the right time. Experience seamless collaborations across the entire product development process and benefit from strategic procurement innovations based on accurate cost information. Elevate your cost management capabilities with Caidentia.
Thank you. So, the design to source module consists of different components. The first one is a bill of material collaboration, right? So, which is one of the main tasks to product development, the BOM management, the quotation analysis, and the item similarity analysis, which basically all are supported by AI. So when we talk about BOM management, you may get then the BOM from your OEM or the design manufacturer, yeah, and then you work hand in hand with the different teams on the components, but it's often not so easy to compare hundreds or even thousands of parts, yeah, with previously BOMs, or if you go from iPhone 15 to 16, what has changed, right? And you would like to know exactly where are changes, yeah? Is it an item removed? Is it just altered in some shape or form, right? There was a specification change. All this is coming by a press of the button so that you have an overview of the BOM versions and a repository for your BOMs. And we tap into your PLM, ERP, whatsoever system to see, do you have contract that item somewhere else on the globe in your various instances and ERPs and systems, right? And often maybe only the spec is a bit different and we figure out that this is relatively similar to what you have bought previously. And if there is a price deviation which might not make sense, you can right from the get-go renegotiate with your suppliers. Quotation analysis, also something we provide based on your needs and your industry. So basically, we also there come up with the analysis of the BOM, of the specifications, all the different parts, and compare the quotes like previously submitted by your supplier, right? So you have then a cost estimation, the should costing, you have the analysis and price validation, yeah? So the quotes are compared against the historical prices. And then also very useful, you have the variation analysis, yeah, by the attribute changes I touched upon a second ago. Also something because of the data you may receive, yeah, both internally, externally, from different systems, might not be cleansed, might not be harmonized, might not be in a way that you can compare because you pull it from different ERP instances and so on and so forth, yeah, in different languages. And we help you there to do all this kind of stuff with our technology so that you have the data normalized and you can have this, so to say, apple by apple comparison. So there we also do follow-up actions with alternative code matching and the suspension of duplicate item codes. Because data is crucial to have the best possible award allocation at the end of the day based on all both cost and non-price criteria, as mentioned before. The product cost management, right? You may have identified the should costing. You go out, you know, okay, that might cost the product in the end of the day, and then you work hand in hand with your suppliers and have that supplier-led innovation coming in. Think about talking to them, yeah, how you can do things differently. There is a time really to move the needle, because I often experience the product was ready and then there comes the RFQ and procurement and sourcing get involved. But then the problem is you can't provide innovation, yeah, because then you become non-compliant if you want to alter the specs or if you want to propose different, maybe whatsoever, yeah, a different material, a different way of working together. This all can be discussed in the design phase, and then you really can integrate your suppliers' innovation best. So then you have cost optimization, and also often when you analyze all those different parts, you recognize similar components in it, and you can do group sourcing. You bundle those across even different products. If you see the part is in that product and this product and somewhere else already, then you can do that volume bundling. Good. Oh, the subtitles are in Korean. Nice. Cost estimation. There also you have, as you see here, the product cost, but you have the cost for running the assembly line, you have the G&A cost, you have the product margin, yeah, you have warehousing cost, which you would like to consider for your sell price, yeah? And also want to discuss with management what to do best in the end of the day, and also have the trade-off costs, because we learned if you want to go to carbon net zero, for example, it does cost money, and the management would like to know, okay, what is the price tag for scenario A, B, and C, really to have then an auditable decision in the end of the day, a track of why you have decided to step along this path in the end of the day and why not. You have a seamless integration with the PCM, which basically then facilitates on-demand internal cost analysis. Also something really useful during the target costing. Right. We do have an example of a customer success story, and often when companies approach us, the pain points are relatively similar. Yeah? It's not something new, so you might be familiar with that the data format is not consistent across the systems, right? From the various plans, from the various regions and countries. And you have also an inefficient collaboration often in between all those people involved. And then struggling to determine material costs also was one big issue when we talked to them. They were not able to track the cost changes, and especially with the BOM evolving and developing the product. And then, as said, often they came too late to the table. Yeah? The post-design sourcing led to money on the table were left, and the time to market cycle times were also way too long. We delivered then this design to source piece we are talking today about, and also they tied in our sourcing capabilities so that they could, on the get-go and in between the different BOM versions, also to negotiate then and do some RFQs with the suppliers involved or the design manufacturers involved. And the common BOM structure helped them a lot, yeah? To have visibility, transparency, data they could compare, yeah, and were really able to do then the right decisions because of common language. Target cost and current cost management also was something. The solution was then basically delivering the BOM with the target cost information. Item costs are now identified by integrating with the existing database. The cost variance also, yeah, why you would like to understand what is really going on, why is the cost going up or down, what is attached to every part, yeah, if you go this route or that route, if you change the specifications, what is the impact for the entire supply chain? And also the saving activities needs to be done by the responsible department, yeah? No one needs to be afraid of that he loses responsibility because you have a nice permission functionality where you really can allow the users to do what they should do. Every department has its responsibility and keeps its responsibility. Yeah? Right, and then the integration with the sourcing module. The benefits, clear, no surprise. Cost went down. The ability to harness supplier-led innovation grew a lot, especially then also with the cost decreases. And also, if R&D is just on the table, they often use their long-standing relationships, which is fine and good. However, if procurement and supply chain comes to the table, they have other contacts they are familiar with. You bring in new ways of thinking, with new people coming to the game, and also say, okay, hey, when discussing challenges with your supply base, there might be then an idea coming from a guy who was not involved earlier like procurement, and you know the market best. So, and faster time to market. So that was really something they achieved, and they are very happy on it. Just one example out of the 400, and we are happy to share with you more reference cases based on your industry, right? Because every industry has different challenges and is slightly operating in a different way. So this is an automotive supplier. We have also high-tech, med-tech, we have apparel, we have food and beverage. Yeah, we have all of those industries where basically manufacturing is key, where you produce a product, where you go out and go to market with product design. So we are happy with, I guess it's booth 410 in the exhibition hall, to show you then that in more detail or in a follow-up session. Also, we have 8 patents, AI patents on procurement. We also would love to share those with you. And when visiting the headquarters, I'm always amazed to see what is in store in terms of AI and innovation at Samsung. You can be sure we have a massive power and interest in bringing new innovation to the table. You have a reliable partner with us working on product innovation. So, measurable value, this is basically what counts nowadays, right? People need to see now better cost, especially the country where I'm coming from, Germany. Yeah, you see some companies, car makers go from 12% profit margin down to 6.5%. So that is a nightmare, right? So there is really trouble. And if you go in the middle, the optimized cost, so cost savings, this is across the board of our customers, 2 to 3%. Yeah? That's massive. Yeah? Even if it's only 0.5% or 1%, you would be the hero in your company, right? So that's really something where you can move the needle and help out your CFO in the analyst calls. Also, the cost reduction opportunity increased by 20%, yeah, by working the way and having that tool enabled. And also here, obviously, it's regarding to the P2P. a 6.5% manual error cost because you're sending out your MRP runs, supplier comes back with a slightly different confirmation in the advanced shipment note, or let you know that they have not the 100 pieces, for example, available. The next day, just 90, and the remaining 10 are delivered a week later. You might have people updating those things then manually in your ERP, and this is all then gone with us. Supplier relationships. Obviously, if you do not squeeze your supplier out by just hammering on them to do the same thing for less money, but work with them hand in hand, using their innovation, and have then a fair share on the cost saved by doing things differently, then the supplier relationship goes up, and also they are more inclined to help you out if something goes wrong. I mean, if shit happens, like the shipwreck in the Suez Canal or whatsoever, and you do not have a good relationship, you might be not the first one who get the supply, right? So you need good relationships, partnerships, because you want to get the best possible product on the shelf. And there also the performance goes up, because if the margin is better at your supplier, and also you are benefiting, then mutual trust and relationships are strengthened throughout your relationship with the supplier. Last but not least, productivity. So the cycle times go down dramatically, as I mentioned, and we are more than happy to show you how this is all working out in your particular industry with your particular use cases. So challenge us, get into touch with us. We are more than happy to sit down with you guys to see whether we can add value. And we do have now 2 minutes 50 over. So as said, booth 410 in the exhibition hall, or drop us an email. We will sit down with you, and we would love to share more insights into our Samsung SDS Caidentia solution. So thank you very much for attending this session, and have a great day.